I thought it was spam at first. The worst email I got last week, the one that said Mantle is winding down.
Everybody was really surprised by that. Caught off guard. 𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃 is gone already. You don't just know what party is going to be next.
Okay, here it is. So look, this just went out on June 16th. And everything closes down on August 14th, 60 days later. So we're filming this kind of in the middle of that range. And look, this happened while they are supporting probably half of the Shopify app ecosystem. They're already tickets. Yeah, they're already selling tickets for their conference that was going to precede Shopify Editions this summer in July in Toronto. Right? And then I guess that event's off. Refund the tickets. App is closing down in 60 days. The Shopify App Store Index, which keeps track of all the Shopify App Store rankings and changes in those rankings and keywords and so forth, that's gone already. And so what does it mean to Shopify app developers? Well, let's look at their products. So they kind of had a bunch of key products. Analytics, right? To help businesses keep track of their ARR and MRR and churn and retention cohorts and trials and all sorts of different aspects of the business. Plus their affiliates product, which people use not only for affiliates program, but for keeping track of sales commissions and all sorts of other things, which was built on top of a Google BigQuery instance that you had to run in your own, cloud, and which worked really well. All the usage stuff that people have been collecting with their Pixel, all the flows that people have built inside of Mantle to stay in touch with their customers, plus all the emails and templates that they've built in those flows, as well as help desk. And this is one that affects Grid and Pixel because we've recently migrated our help desk from Intercom to Mantle, and now we have to go somewhere else, in addition to billing. And while we didn't use Mantle billing, I think a lot of people did, and that is one of the most difficult things to extricate yourself in a condensed period of time, because billing has certainly a lot to do with the core operations of the business. And so looking at this list, I looked them up on Pitch Deck. You never know what's going on inside of someone else's relationship. You never know what's going on inside of someone else's business, right? But it is, look, it's a big deal that it's happening. And you have to wonder why. Is it because the market ended up being too small? Is it because they were trying to cover too much surface area? Was it had to do with internal politics? It's not clear. Who knows, except for the people
going to find out at editions, maybe.
You think so? Do you think it has something to do with Shopify directly? And there will be
partly it has something to do with Shopify directly, because Shopify upgraded their billing product, and they have what I think it's called just like Shopify billing, or what's the current name? I think they renamed it 2 times or what. So, and the billing was kind of, at least I think how they sold it to VCs, that was their main pitch. You want to go where the money is, and that's billing. And I think everything else is just what they throw in the box in order to make that more enticing to switch for people to switch to billing. So that was their original pitch, I think, was built around the billing product. But then Shopify's billing product just became strong and stronger, and up to a point where I think people just would stop using the Mantle billing product. That's the one thing. And then the other thing is I think it's really hard to capture the market beyond Shopify, because the Shopify market is nice, but Shopify partner market is nice. But I think it's ultimately too small to be interesting to VCs as a total addressable market. And but then outside the Shopify ecosystem, I think the competition is also really strong. Probably.
I think that's a good take.
Doing similar things.
Yeah, I do suspect more information will be revealed at Shopify Editions, maybe up to and including Shopify itself releasing new product features that will address some of the app developer needs that Mantle was addressing. I think it's fair to surmise that Shopify app billing might have been the nail in the coffin. I personally always had questions about the market size because it seemed like such a great product that I could tell so much engineering resource and love and care was going into, knowing that, there just aren't that many great apps out there, right? But you have to wonder in the end, why not wind it down thoughtfully and move the assets to where they make the most sense? instead of, which looks like a bit more of a, 60-day notice. That's more of a rapid, unscheduled disassembly of the business.
Yeah, that's a good term for this. Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, a little bit like, I feel like I could see the writing on the wall a little bit ahead of time, where with the recent changes they introduced. I mean, it all felt a little bit not entirely like, it felt a bit rushed to me, like when they rolled out their configurable surface and going a bit into the AI agent, whatever direction. It just like felt a bit rushed compared to what the product has been till then.
Now, I did during that period upgrade to the Pro subscription, right, which is $1,000 a month price point. And I thought that money was well spent. And honestly, with only 60 days left on the calendar, I would pay more money for more time. And so Blair or someone else at the company who's watching this, you had a great product. Would love to see that runway extended. And also there's value there. And I have to imagine there's a way to capture that value as an alternative to just kind of going kaput, which seems like is what's happening here. But as a follow-up to that, let's look at this tweet, Alexander. So I saw this tweet. I mean, in reaction to Mantle, right? I recreated Mantle's dashboard with full data parity. It lines up with Mantle's reporting to the decimal point. If you want a self-hosted solution, so you're not screwed, next time your revenue reporting SaaS goes out of business, hit me up, right? And this thing's been, I mean, as of this viewing, it's like thousands and thousands of impressions and tons of comments in what is a very small niche inside of our ecosystem. And so you've hit a nerve here, clearly.
Yeah, obviously, so
tell us about it.
And I mean, it seems like it did. And I mean, I also had people DMing me directly, like, when is it ready? Like, hey, would be really interested in that, and like scheduling a demo. And I'm getting it ready. And it's, I can actually share how it looks right now. Let me just do this. Share my screen here. And so this is how the current version looks like. And yes, it's really matching. It's really matching Mantle's figures to the decimal point. So you have all the figures that you look at daily here, conversions, so on, and activation funnel. That is actually something that always bothered me, that it was in a separate report. So I just put it on the front side as well. And like whatever other reports should go the front side, I think I'm going to include much more there. And yeah, then it's also, so it's giving you the basic overview of how you're doing. But and I mean, there will be a self-hosted solution, self-hosted version, and a cloud-hosted or a hosted version of that. So you can either have the easy setup, just go with the hosted version, or you can get the self-hosted version and run it yourself and enjoy the full privacy of. Somebody said like, I don't want to share. I don't want to use the product of some other Shopify partner. And I mean, that is always a fair concern. So, and I think for these people, a self-hosted solution would make a lot of sense. And so, yes, this is what I'm building. And that's what I'm hoping to get out very, very soon. Like we're actually talking about like days, not months.
Nice. Well, I love it. I love seeing it. I'm sure a lot of people love seeing that. Like, let me ask you this. Is there any depth to that dashboard? Can I click on the MRR box and get to that recurring revenue report that Mantle has, where you can see the, diffs by month and your net new and all that sort of one level deeper information that's super valuable for a business?
So currently, in the current version, you can't. So it's really at the current point of like getting the parity, but I mean, the data is there. And like in the first version, it's also fully exposed via MCP. So you can actually use your favorite, whatever you use, Claude Code, codecs, and like drill into these metrics using that. And I think that is quite interesting, because like at the end, you don't want to just look around, you answer a specific question, or like, I also like the ability of codecs and Claude Code, like to get an alternative point of view, because like you see a chart and like it gives you a certain interpretation, because like charts are opinionated. And well, I mean, also Claude is opinionated, but like it's maybe a different opinion. So it's like an interesting angle. So I think this is actually quite going to be quite powerful, like making this actually making MCP front and center in this.
Nice. That's good. Let me ask you this. How about importing Mantle data? A lot of people have a lot of data locked up in Mantle, and they are allowing export. So it seems like it would make sense to have a nice onboarding path that would allow you to kind of import that data to start with some continuity.
I mean, so far, well, so currently it's using the data from the partner API and GA4, so we can reconstruct data with parity to Mantle. But what specifically are you thinking about?
Well, just like a one-click button that would bring in your Mantle history, import from Mantle kind of thing.
I mean, personally, I have not logged in that much data on Mantle, so what do you think is the most valuable thing that people would want?
Maybe it's not worth investing in because maybe the market's too small. And Mantle just found out the hard way. Well, no, I know they have provided a kind of one-click link to download all the data from Mantle. So that seems like a pretty good, baton to pass into your app, which does it have a name yet?
I am still going with the Fusion Metrics brand. So I called it the operating name is Fusion Metrics Tribute to Mantle Edition.
All right, cool. I love it. And if people want to find out more about it or get on the wait list, how should they do that?
I think I'll put it up on Twitter or Fusion Metrics.
All right, so follow Alexander and look for him to tweet about the sign-up list, which is a major upgrade is coming to Fusion Metrics. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this because I've been a long time Fusion Metrics user at this point, right? Going back years and years. So I'm pumped to see kind of the next evolution.